Hello there and a very good Wednesday afternoon to you. Welcome along to our live broadcast. It is Wednesday, January the 14th, 2026. It's the Daily Crack Show with me, Sean G, live here on Global Irish Radio. Just getting our ducks aligned here in studio. I think we're ready to go. Welcome to Wednesday, friends. Halfway through another week. Another tough week in the middle of the hardest month of the year. Slowly but surely, though, we're slowly making our way to the peak of the month, and it'll be all downhill after another couple of days. So there you go, hang in the race. Welcome along to our live broadcast here with you most days around about this time. Bringing you up to speed on all that's happening in the world. Keeping you connected with Mother Ireland, all of that nice stuff. Studio at gir.ie if you ever feel the need to get in touch with us here at the programme. And to the weather, definitely it's not our happy place today. Oh no, not at all. It is not good, I can tell you, friends. It hasn't really stopped raining all day. It's breezy, it's cold, it's dark. It's the kind of weather that gives January a bad name. Not much in the way of sunlight at all today, affecting those melatonin and serotonin levels, which is not a good thing. And couple that with the fact that we're right in the middle of the month as those credit card bills start falling due. The broken New Year's resolutions, the guilt of it all of that doesn't make it leads to lower levels of energy apparently, and lower levels of motivation, and a little bit of depression round about this time of the year. So that's why January is such a depressing month. But there you go, we will get through it together, friends. We will get through together. As Dermot Kennedy once said, better days are coming, friends. Better days are coming. GlobalIrishRadio.com, GIR.ie. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, bringing you Irish radio programs from Ireland, Irish communities all around the world. It's what we do, making stops, pretty much on all of the continents, everywhere except Africa, maybe Asia too. But anyway, there you go, studio at gir.ie if you ever feel the need to get in touch. Just love to hear from you here on the programme. Not much solace in the papers today either. And just with regards to weather, I was reading there earlier today that apparently it is, the planet's getting hotter. We know that. The European Union, the weather people, the climate people there said that they would essentially confirm that 2025 was the third warmest year on record, and that the global temperature from the past 3 years averaged more than 1.5 degrees above the pre-industrial levels. Not the kind of news those folks want to hear. And it spells bad news for all of us in terms of climate change and that kind of stuff. It also confirmed that the last 11 years have been the 11 warmest years on record. And this is the first time that the level of global warming over a 3-year period has exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius. So that's not good news. Although it's you wouldn't think it was getting warmer in this part of the world, because it doesn't seem to be, but apparently it is. Apparently Ireland had its second warmest year on record. But there you go. That's what the experts are telling us. So what are we to do with that? All I can say is we wouldn't... a bit of sunshine wouldn't go astray in these parts. Although yesterday was a lovely, lovely day. And apparently listening to Mr. Weatherman this morning, once we get through today is the worst of the weather for Ireland at least, and the rain will be clearing off, and there's some dry weather on the way. And I even mentioned the word sunshine. So there could be a little sunshine, and coming into the weekend, more of the same. So although it's bad today, as I said, better days are coming, and the outlook for the weather a little bit better as we get ever closer to the weekend. So there you go. There's a little bit of good news for you now. What started out as bad news quickly turned into good news there, didn't it? But anyway, there you go. We hope you're well, friends. Last year, by the way, was an epic one for lotto players here in this country. There was a lot of money won, 19 big wins, including a €250 million millions jackpot, the largest prize ever handed over in this country. Nice little piece in one of the papers today, the Daily Star, on the winners. And lots of lovely pictures of them all celebrating. Now that's certainly a happy place. All of the pictures, all of the people in those pictures smiling, champagne been splashed all over the place, and pictures of the various winners picking up their winnings, those who chose to come forward. Across 2025, €2 million jackpots, 9 lotto jackpots, 7 Daily Million top prizes were won, with players nationwide joining the list of national lottery millionaires throughout the year. Dublin was very lucky. Some of the biggest prizes were won by players located in that county, and in total 29 players in Ireland won prizes over €1 million or above over the 12-month period. So it was a good year for some people, 2025 players of the National Lottery and the Euro Millions. And we've been rather lucky in terms of the Euro Millions. We've had some big prizes over the years, and last year was no exception. As I say, one big prize, 250 million. Didn't that go to the family and the syndicate there in Cavan, I believe? And we only talked about that not that long ago. But there you go. As I said, nice spread in one of the papers, The Star today, looking back at 2025 from the lotto perspective to help make your dreams come true, or to help put you into that dreaming mode that what would you do if you did win? For some people it's good news, and for other people it just, somebody said once it was the worst thing that ever happened to them. So it's a double-edged sword, but if you're playing, we wish you well and we hope your numbers come up. Anyway, globalirishradio.com, GIR.ie. We're coming at you from just outside Castlebar here. As we indicated, it's dark, it's dreary, and it's chilly out there. Haven't been out yet for our daily walk. And not kind of looking forward to it today, because it's it's one of those days where it's persistent rain and that kind of beats you down. There's nothing you can do for that. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, it's not a very pleasant day. You get the picture. What have we got for you today? Lots to talk about. As you say, we're usually here with you around about this time and bring you up to speed on all that you need to know, all the happenings here in Mother Ireland. And what were we talking about? The price of the pint is big news in all of the papers today. And let me just grab some of the headlines. I had some of the headlines here from some of the papers. There we go. We found them again. Pint of pain, says the Irish Daily Sun. Breaking pint is the headline on today's Irish Mirror. And as you can imagine, a lot of talk about the price of the pint, and the publicans not too happy at getting the news that the price of the pint is going up on February the 2nd. And Diageo is the bad guy this week, as they're putting up the price. As we told you, we talked about it yesterday, about 7 cents for the pint, but that will translate into about at least 20 cents on the price that you pay in the pub. Not a lot of people are happy about that story, I can tell you. And the publicans complaining about the fact that they have to, absorb the cost of that or pass it along. There's rising energy costs, inflation, there's labour costs, minimum wage going up. So they're not a happy bunch either. And getting the news in the middle of dry January probably doesn't help either, when the pub is a little bit slower than it normally is, because lots of people these days, participate. You'd be surprised. A lot of people are partaking in dry January this year. Present company included. So there you go. And not only is the price of the pint going up, An Post announced this week as well that they're to raise the price of the stamps again. And the price of stamps are going up constantly, it seems, these days, as the level of mail decreases all of the time. One of the Scandinavian countries, was it? I can't remember which one of them, but one of them got rid of their national postal system altogether because it wasn't worth it anymore. But anyway, An Post is increasing the price of both national and international stamps from Tuesday, the 3rd of February, the day after the pint goes up. So you better stock up on all of those stamps. The price of the national stamp will increase by 20 cents. It is currently $1.65 to $1.85 and follows a 25 cent rise last February. So the new rate, $3.50, will apply for letters anywhere in Europe, including Britain. That's an increase of 85 cents. So across the board, the national stamps and the European ones and the international ones all going up. So what's it going to be? A rate of $3.50 for letters anywhere in Europe. And if you're sending stamps or letters to any place else in the world, it'll cost you €3.95. And apparently they're telling us it's needed to stem significant losses on this category of outgoing mail due to 38% fall in international letters over the last 3 years. So people simply... Well, they've got email, they've got their screens, they've got all kinds of technology these days. Who posts a letter anymore? And that's why I say, and as we talked about Christmas time and the Christmas card, the beloved Christmas card, it's kind of the last really holdout in terms of the personal touch when it comes to people communicating with one another. And it's a wonderful and lovely tradition, although we're seeing it kind of like diminishing in terms of its popularity. We didn't get that many Christmas cards this year, and the ones we did get, they all came after Christmas. And of course we were expecting an avalanche of Christmas cards based on what went out, but what came back in, they say you reap what you sow, but I don't know what that means. But we didn't get an awful lot of Christmas cards, and people simply are letting the tradition die, which is a shame, because it's the last. It's that. So it's just special because it's people take the trouble to handwrite a note, and that doesn't happen anymore. As you say, everything is through Facebook and email and tablets and smartphones and all that stuff. So the personal touch has gone out of it, and of course, as nobody is sending these letters anymore, the volume of mail is going down, and for An Post, it is presenting all kinds of challenges in terms of their costs and covering their costs, that kind of stuff. So once again, the price of the stamp going up, as you heard there. 20 cent on the national stamp and up to about 85 cent on the ones to Europe, and up to $3.95 for the rest of the world. So that's the world we live in. Inflation, affordability. Now, talking about other things, this other stories that is getting some traction in our papers and online this Wednesday. RTE and the BBC in the north would both have to be axed in the event of a united Ireland. That's what a new report is claiming. Reunification, isn't it? It's amazing that we're even talking about reunification, but we've come a long way. It's a measure of how far we've come as a country and as an island, and the fact that we can have these conversations now and that it's okay to talk about it. Reunification could spell the end for programs like The Late Late Show, as a new nation would need a public broadcaster, a national public broadcaster that combines North and South. That's according to academics at the Ulster University and the Dublin City University. And they mapped out 5 possible futures, but concludes the best way forward will be to scrap existing models. So scrap BBC Northern Ireland, scrap RTE down here in the South, and start from scratch with one national network. That is the talk of this report. The authors stress it isn't simply just a case of a takeover by RTE or vice versa, and just letting the Dublin-based broadcaster absorb BBC Northern Ireland wouldn't work, they reckon. Instead, they're predicting a radical shake-up, including setting up 10 new local journalism hubs from Belfast and Derry down to Cork and Dublin to ensure balanced news coverage in a world where things are very, very unbalanced and very, very, I suppose, not balanced, and a lot of fake news and all of the challenges that go with the current media landscape, not just here in Ireland but across the globe, and with the internet and all the, it's hard to know what's real and what's not real, and so anyway, they're talking anyway in terms of a national broadcaster with journalism hubs across the country, and report public media in Ireland basically talking about what would happen in the event of a reunification, a united Ireland, and the fact that we'd need a clean slate and a new broadcaster, and they talk about the structures that would have to be put in place to bring fairness and balance across the island of Ireland. And while the authors admit reunification isn't guaranteed, they insist the media system is too important to be an afterthought, suggesting it would play a crucial role in the shaping of the country. So in other words, they're saying we shouldn't be waiting to make the changes should reunification happen. We should be planning it now in the event that it could or might happen, so that we are ready when the time comes, rather than just scrambling if reunification were to happen. And things change very quickly, so that is that's their take on things. And they even suggest a radical new way to pay for it all, inspired by Finland, where individuals there, as you know, in this country, everybody's required that has a television licence to pay a television licence fee, same in the UK and stuff like that, and that's how the public broadcaster is financed in part. But as I say, in Finland, individuals and companies contribute based on their income, a tax capped at just $163 a year for householders. And that model suggests the revenue system could generate $500 million a year to run the network. So lots of talk and lots of coverage on that report into a 32-county Republic broadcaster that would see the BBC and RTE basically in its current forms consigned to history, and a new broadcaster. And it's rather interesting with regards to the license fee and stuff like that. I personally think that whole license fee thing is obsolete, needs to be scrapped and completely redone, or just updated in the sense, because, and you could probably bring down the price of television license. I'm not sure what it is in this country now. Is it 160, 170? It must be in that ballpark anyway. And the problem is a lot of people aren't paying is by the nature of how they collect it and stuff like that. And they're spending a lot of money on enforcement, policing the requirement that households with TVs have the television license, and then of course court prosecutions, the costs associated with that, bringing about prosecutions for people that don't have it. So they spend a lot of money in terms of the way they collect, which is essentially a tax for the public broadcaster. Would it not make more sense, one could argue, if you incorporated that the broadcast fee into the property tax? And so when they're collecting the property tax at the same time, collect 100, say, for the broadcast fee, the television license, and just levy it on every country or every household in the country, and call it what it is, a public broadcasting fee, whether you have a TV or you don't. Let's face it, every country or every TV in the country has a television. And so it's rather sloppy, it's rather messy the way that it works right now, trying to go around finding out who has a TV and trying to enforce it that way, and trying to get people to buy the license as well, particularly in the wake of all the payment scandals where a lot of people stopped paying the license. And so yeah, what are you going to do if you got 100,000 people not paying the license? You can't send them to jail, or jails are full and stuff like that, and the cost of prosecuting them, is it worth it? So I would be in favour. I think a smarter way would be to merge that with the household tax or something like that, and reduce it in price, because if everybody's paying it, then you don't have to, you're actually going to bring in more money by reducing the price and increasing the net or the scope of the reach of the license. So I think not only do they need to look at a new broadcaster in terms of a reunified Ireland, one national broadcaster, but also looking at the television license and how it is collected, and making the process more efficient, and actually bringing down the price. So there you go. That would be my 2 cents, but what do I know? Anyway, we hope you're well this Wednesday, friends. As I say, we're with you each day, going through the chitter-chatter of the nation, the top trending news stories, the lighter side of the news as well, and what's on the telly, what's on the radio, that kind of stuff. And studio@gir.ie if you ever feel the need here to get in touch. There's lots to talk about today on the programme today. I see that in Galway, to combat this proposed price increase in the pint, that a Galway pub has come up with a novel idea, selling a bigger than a half pint but smaller than a full pint, if you know what I mean, glass. So they came up with this new glass. Of course, we've had that in the States for a long time, where we've had the American pint size, which is about 16 ounces, and the Irish pint, or the Imperial pint, which is 20 ounces. So you don't find that here in this country, but I see one Galway pub is looking at introducing that concept, where instead of selling the 20-ounce pint and passing on an increase, they've come up with a different size glass, which is presumably 16 or 14 ounces, and they're going to sell it at 5 or under 5, about €4.75, so that people, they can. It's a psychological thing, isn't it? And the pint looks the same size, and it costs less, and so everybody's winning in that kind of scenario. So there you go. That's one Galway pub. Not sure what's the name of the pub, but it's getting a little bit of coverage. And as this pub, quick off the mark to say that that's what they're going to do. They're going to just come in with this in between size pint for people, so that the price doesn't go over €5. It's all marketing and pricing, all that stuff. A lot of it is psychological. That's why you have prices like €4.99 rather than €5 and that kind of thing. So it's a play on our mind and the psychology of the whole thing. Anyway, that's that. As I say, a lot of talk on those price increases. Not just, I think we're more concerned about the price of the pint going up than the price of the stamps going up. That's my feel anyway, in terms of the amount of coverage both are getting in the papers and on the telly and stuff like that. Now, it's official. We have some television news for you. It's official, yes, it's official. Coronation Street legend Beverly Callard has joined the cast of Fair City. Fair City being the soap drama filmed in Dublin, obviously. Very popular in this part for some people who like their soaps and that kind of thing. But Beverly is best known, of course, for she played the iconic the character of Liz McDonald in Coronation Street. So she did that for about 30 years. So she had a long career with Coronation Street, the longest running soap I think ever. And after 30 years, she called it quits and she left the show. And she joined in 2020. She went on to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which was at the time filmed in Wales rather than Australia due to the COVID pandemic. But now she's ready for her comeback, and she's gearing Well, she's going to be appearing in Carrickstown, which is the fictional town there in Fair City. RTE have released the first photos of Beverly on the iconic Fair City set and reveal some details about her character. That's the problem too when you play the same character for 30 years. You kind of become typecast, don't you? Ask Frasier, Kelsey Grammer, who played Frasier for so long, and found it very difficult to try to transition into any other role for longer than a single season. Everything he did kind of got cancelled because he's Frasier. Everybody knows him as Frasier. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how Beverly gets on in Fair City. She will play Lily, apparently, Gwen's long-lost mother, and if the character is anything like her daughter, she will be sure to ruffle some feathers. So expect some ruffled feathers with the arrival of, as we say, Beverly Callard, who played Liz MacDonald on Coronation Street, making her way now to Fair City. So you will see her on your screens very, very soon. And staying with television news today, I seen an interesting story or a piece about one of Ireland's great actors, Oscar-nominated actor Kieran Hinds. He's going to be honoured with the IFTA Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2026 IFTA Awards ceremony in Dublin next month. So a well-known name to Irish audiences anyway, and he's got actually quite a good resume and a long list of credits of films and movies and stuff that he featured in. The event, the IFTAs, take place this year on February the 20th at the Dublin Royal Convention Centre, and they will recognise Kieran Hinds for his outstanding Irish and international acting achievements and his contribution, of course, to the screen industry over 50 years. Very, very good actor, I have to say, and he does a great job at being the bad guy. He's been in a lot of Irish stuff and a lot of big films as well. He's worked alongside the likes of Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Paul Thomas, Kenneth Branagh, and lots of others too. So Liam Neeson as well, and Julia Roberts. A lot. He's had a great career, and so a well-deserved honour at the Lifetime Achievement Award there for Kieran Hinds. And he was in Love Hate as well, where he played one of the drug guys and one of the drug bosses. Played the role very, very well. Seemed so real. So isn't that what it's all about? But there you go, Kieran Hinds getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at the IFTAs this February. GlobalIrishRadio.com streams on as many as 25 digital platforms. You'll find us on Alexa, and just to let you know again, the Global Irish Radio app back in the app stores wherever you find your app. So the Apple App Store was out for a little while, but it's back there. Get it while stocks last. Of course, also at the Google Play, wherever you get your Android app. So take us with you, spread the good word. Global Irish Radio, we are the Irish Diaspora Station. Now, up to 15... Here's an interesting, fascinating, bizarre story out of Donegal. Up to 15,000 crabs made a break for freedom. Yeah, they thought they had freedom within sight after the truck in which they were being transported and crashed into a ditch in County Donegal. Yeah. Well, that's those Donegal roads. Anything's likely to happen. Throw in a bit of ice or bad weather, and the next thing you know, the semi-trailer is in the ditch, as happened with this consignment of crabs. And the thing about crabs is they have to be transported live, so they were alive. 15,000 of them fell off the back of the truck, worth about 60,000. I didn't think they were worth that. Well, look at the restaurants, the price you pay for crab legs and stuff like that, or whatever it is, crab claws. But anyway, the haul of up to 15,000 crabs, worth, as we say, an estimated 60,000, spilled, and all of the containers all over the road, and crabs running everywhere. Yes, crabs here, crabs there, crabs everywhere. However, their great escape was short-lived as workers managed to claw most of them back. That is the good news. Crustaceans were bound for shops and restaurants in Portugal with the incident. It occurred in... where did it occur? In a place called Carrickmacquigley, Redcastle, around 7:30am yesterday. And Donegal County Council were immediately on the scene. In fairness to them, they closed the road to allow for a massive recovery operation to happen. And it was choppy waters for a little while as the search and I suppose the reclaiming of the crabs took up to 18 hours. Sure, they were running all over the place, and the driver of the lorry was not injured. That's the good news. It was a single vehicle crash, and he just turned over basically into the ditch. The containers fell out, and off went the crabs all over the place. We're told that the workers and the help managed to save up to 95% of the crabs. So 95% of them were recaptured and back on the truck and heading off to continental Europe, Portugal and places like that, to end up on restaurant plates and all of the rest of it. 5% of them got away, so if you're in that part of the world and you bump into a crab, don't be too shocked. It's quite possible. But the good news is none of them were shell-shocked, we're told. So there you go. Interesting story is these things happen, and when it does, it can be quite messy for everyone involved. But well done to all involved there. But the road closed for about 18 hours. Okay, are you a geek? Well, are you a geek? I don't know. I thought I wasn't a geek either, but then I started reading this little piece in today's Irish Daily Star. Top signs you're a geek include comparing specs before buying a gadget, watching behind-the-scenes documentaries, and keeping tabs open on your computer just in case, and memorizing lines from films, making spreadsheets for personal projects, and watching YouTube tutorials just for fun. They all made the list of things that might suggest you are a geek. I ticked off more than one on the list, so I think I'm officially a geek. I didn't realize I was. I had no idea I was, in fact. I didn't think I was, but it turns out, if going by this survey, I might be a bit of a geek. A study of 2,000 adults revealed 46 would openly admit that they were geek in certain aspects of adult life, despite 56% never wanting to be categorized this way at school. So there you go. You might not think you are a geek, but you may well be a geek if you do any of those things. And I think lots of us do those things, particularly when we're, if you're buying an iPhone or an Android phone, you compare the specs and stuff, don't you? I think for me that's pretty normal. If I'm trying to do something and I'm not sure how to do it, I do watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, how-to guides, how-to guides, and all of that kind of stuff. So ticking off more than one or two on that list. So I guess I officially may be a bit of a geek as well, according to that study. So maybe you are too. I don't know. To me, I think it's normal enough stuff to do, but you mightn't think it. But it suggests that you might be a geek. Now, Home Alone star Daniel Stern. Remember Daniel Stern? He's the guy that's got the imprint of an iron on his forehead. He probably caught the brunt of Macaulay Culkin's, I suppose, all the tricks that he employed to get the better of the two boyos that were after him in Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, and encountered all kinds of traps in the house, and ending up with all kinds of scars and stuff like that. So you know the guy I'm on about, alongside Joe Pesci. But anyway, Daniel Stern has been charged with soliciting prostitution. The 68-year-old actor, who appeared in Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, had a brush with police at a motel in California and was issued a citation. Ventura County DA spokesperson said he was cited at the location and released. I didn't know they gave tickets out for prostitution anymore, but there you go. At least the guy was willing to pay for it, which is more they can say about a lot of people these days. They just try and go and help themselves to it. So, I don't know. Is that a little bit harsh given Daniel Stern? 68, what's he doing? But he was busted for prostitution, and he was issued a ticket or a citation. I think it's costing him a few bucks, but maybe it's just, I don't know. I didn't know they did that thing anymore. Well, I guess they do. Anyway, as I say, at least the poor guy was paying for it. GlobalIrishRadio.com. If you're wondering what to watch on the old telly tonight, we have a suggestion. Our pick of the day today comes to us courtesy of the Star, and it is The Show Jumper Murder, and it's on Virgin Media 1 at 9 p.m. tonight. It's a gripping two-part documentary, and it dives deep into the mysterious death of Northern Ireland show jumper Katie Simpson and the dark secrets that unravelled in its aftermath. Apparently on August the 3rd, 2020, it was reported that Katie was found hanging from the staircase of her home in County Derry by her sister's partner, Jonathan Crosswell. Initially, it was ruled as suicide, but suspicions quickly grew among family, friends and medical staff as Detective James Brannigan, who calls this the most challenging case of his 20-year career in the PSNI, begins to dig deeper. Disturbing evidence emerges, revealing a story of coercive control, flawed policing and a relentless fight for justice. And with exclusive access to police, family, Katie's boyfriend and friends, viewers will uncover the truth behind Katie's tragic death and the outcome of the short-lived trial that gripped the country. So there you go, true life drama, true life murder mystery in the form of a documentary. Virgin Media tonight, The Show Jumper Murderer. It's got everything, so check that one out if that's your cup of tea. It's on Virgin Media tonight at 9 p.m. And we have, friends, once again, you're with the Daily Crack Show, me, Sean G, on Global Irish Radio. With each day around about this time, we have a notable obituary to share with you. One of the country's best known Irish traditional singers, Sean O'Shea, died yesterday. News came through yesterday afternoon, shortly after we went off the air. And Mr. O'Shea would have turned 90 on Friday, so just a few days shy of his 90th birthday. He was a renowned tenor singer, a retired school teacher, was affectionately known as the Pucker or Unpucker, a play on the comic song An Pucker Buile, which he made famous in a surprise 1962 hit single. So lots of tributes and that kind of stuff being played today and coming in the wake of his passing. That's Sean O'Shea, died at the age of 89 yesterday, a few months shy of his 90th birthday. Lots of warm, glowing tributes to the tenor singer who was also a teacher. And they called him the Pucker or Unpucker because of this song. Here he is now.
Hemor krasna trir logo Sndagloishan kora perfeid na mwynge Is trasker da boer Shens na tortoga Hos na noin na grom le pwynne Hallelu, pwylelu, hallelu Man fucker pwyle, hallelu, pwylelu Harigorem skotam Nagorrelle forsa Con me et ville Chanson da fa Chen lemba bo Le fon amor na falle bricke Allelu, quellelu, allelu Van fucker quelle, allelu, quellelu Gordon war a mile and roasting is violent for sea con shinne klippe the wolsche rap dair xat hoiner slavristen no de in shake well allelu quellelu allelu on fucker well allelu quellelu Ein Granonan, wie ein Sager Frosch, der Machnar Gwyneb, scher durch Korbe an Dielba Gulish, ach Reiben Troer Fokan Wille, Allelu, Willelu, Allelu, van Fokker Wille, Allelu, Willelu,
listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Hello, all you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigelteigel Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time. We are guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigelteigel. Listen to the Reigelteigel on Global Irish Radio.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide. And you're very welcome back. It's the Daily Crack with me, Sean G, here on Global Irish Radio. Yeah, we're live from just outside Castlebar in County Mayo. Dark and dreary old day it is indeed. We hope you're well this Wednesday, this hump day. You're downhill from here, isn't it? As you get ever closer to another weekend and the time just flying by. Sean O'Shea there before the break, and the song that made him a household name across homes in Ireland. And Puck Erb, he passed away yesterday, as we said, at the age of 89. Now, staying with some television news, another bit of exciting news for you. RTE have confirmed when First Dates Ireland will be returning to our screens. This is kind of a dating show. That's exactly what it is, blind dates. Apparently the swiping right, the little thing you do on the apps, that's kind of going out of style anymore, and people are looking to do things the old-fashioned way. Nothing beats the in-person dating, does it? And and even better, if you want to do it under the watchful eye of Ireland's TV viewing public, then you're advised to get involved in First Dates. Essentially, people go on a date at the Gibson Hotel restaurant, where the crew or the staff are on standby there to ensure everything goes smoothly for you. RTE have confirmed that after weeks of clips from the upcoming season being shown and no release date, First Dates Ireland will now return to our screens on Thursday, 29th of January. So there you go. They've been teasing you, basically. That's what everybody does these days. I see Harry Styles teasing people with a new album after 4 years as well. So that's all part and parcel of the world we live in, the marketing world that we live in, and the getting your attention and the teasing, trying to stimulate interest and stuff like that. But anyway, it's official. RTE have confirmed First Dates Ireland will return to our screens here on the 29th of January 2026, of course, at 9:35pm. It's on RTE2, and people will look forward to that, and it's always fun, it's always interesting. They have all kinds of different couples, young couples, older couples, everything in between, and they have a blind date in the restaurant, and we join them from the comfort of our living rooms, and we see how things go. It's always fascinating, it's always interesting, and it's a good insight into human behaviour, that kind of thing as well. It seems to go down well with Irish audiences. We like it, and we feel we're on the date with them. And it's always interesting, of course. Margaret always wants to see who picks up the tab. She's a traditionalist and believes the gentleman should pick up the tab on the first date. And when I hear them saying split it, that really grinds my gears. I mean, I'm a full duck or no lunch kind of guy. You may as well hang for a sheep as a lamb, that kind of thing. So when I hear them splitting it, I'm like, yeah, you guys need to dump each other at this point. But there you go. It's always fascinating. It's always interesting. And there's some interesting characters there. And as I say, it's their first date, and it's all captured on live TV. And people love watching that stuff. So First Dates Ireland, we can put you out of your misery. It'll be back on the screens on the 29th of January. So looking forward to that. What else? Oh, there's a weather update as well coming our way. A fresh cold front that could be heading towards Ireland has sparked rumours of one notorious storm and its unwanted return. The Beast from the East. Remember that? I wasn't here for that, but the Beast from the East wreaked havoc on the country in February 2018, bringing snow and freezing air with it. And I have to tell you, this past weekend, in the run-up to last weekend, we got kind of a taste of that with raining followed by freezing temperatures, and the roads were simply, in fact, a video from down the road here went viral across the country last week of 3 cars in the ditch about a mile from our studios here at Global Irish Radio in Glen Island, and appeared on many of the national newspaper websites and stuff like that. There's a bunch of cars in the ditch. They just slid off the road. That's how slippy it was. No salt or grit or anything on the roads, because they probably ran out of it already. But anyway, there is talk, let's put it that way. There's a bit of talk that that bad weather could be returning. The Beast from the East. So watch out for that. And another story that's getting a lot of people's knickers in a twist and getting a lot of talk and coverage and traction is the Grok AI feature that basically turns a picture. It pornifies or it nudifies adults or kids or minors and stuff like that, and it's getting it's not going down well with a lot of people. As you say, it's a feature that's part of the Elon Musk's X platform. and Grok AI. It's the artificial intelligence tool there that can do all kinds of things for you. In fact, it can do too much for you in the sense that it was allowing people to go on there, and a lot of talk about it last week, but it seems to be coming back up again in our parliament or in the Dáil as people are giving out yards about this thing. Essentially, it can nudify a picture, and pictures of anybody can why you would put this on a mainstream platform like Twitter or X is beyond a lot of people, and it's getting a lot of people are not happy, and difficult situation for Micheál Martin and his government. The outrage that a lot of people are venting and expressing, and he has to couple that with the fact that, well, Elon Musk, he doesn't want to pee him off too much either, because he's got the air of the Donald, and we're very much reliant on America and its top companies and stuff like that, and they don't want to curtail their activities too much because they pay our bills basically, and Dublin is European headquarters to X. So they are one of our big sponsors, if you will. They write the checks, they keep the country ticking over. And of course the power by association, his connections with the Donald and stuff like that. So Micheál Martin treading a fine line there, and they always tend to go easy on the likes of the Twitters and Facebooks of this world because of their significance in terms of the money. So always follow the money. But a moral dilemma there in terms of this AI feature, and they came out last week and they said that they were making the feature only they're continuing to keep the feature, but you have to be a paid subscriber. So in other words, if you pay for it, you can nudify a picture. In other words, take the clothes off the people in the pictures and circulate them online, which is a nasty thing to be doing, and a lot of people would say up in arms. And Elon Musk's response was to tweet a half-naked picture of the British Prime Minister, because the British Prime Minister was also giving out yards about this and found it utterly repulsive and disgusting and stuff like that. But that's the world we live in, and it seems like the tech bros, they have very much a free pass in the sense that they can pretty much do what they want. They're so powerful, they're so rich, and money talks. But that's a story, as you say, getting a lot of traction. Our Justice Minister has been out defending a proposal to introduce a 3-year wait before refugees can apply for a family reunification. I'm not sure who he has to defend this to, but apparently he does have to defend it because some people are not happy about the fact that if you are a refugee in this country and you do get asylum, if you get your case granted, they expect that the entire family can move from Africa here the next day, that kind of thing. Again, I'm not sure who's giving out about the fact that he is putting in place a legal requirement that successful asylum seekers would have to wait 3 years before they'd be in a position to bring their family, because they'd have to, obviously prove that they can provide for their family if they bring the cousins and the mother and the uncle and the granny and God knows who else from Nigeria, that they'd have a roof over their head. We don't have enough roofs for over the heads of the people we have here already. But anyway, he was forced to come out anyway and defend that. It's part of some of the reforms in this new immigration bill, and long overdue, because immigration is a hot potato in this country, and it splits a lot of people. And another thing in there, Jim O'Callaghan brought the bill itself is called the International Protection Bill 2025. He brought it to Cabinet yesterday, which seeks to introduce immigration reforms as part of the EU's Pact on Migration and Asylum, coming into effect from June this year. And he said the bill would require a decision on asylum forms within 3 months, and any appeals must be concluded in a further 3 months. So a couple of changes there. Currently, I think it's about 3 years. Asylum seekers are waiting about 3 years, and I think it makes a lot more sense to streamline it and get it done and dusted within 3 months, and then an additional 3 months for an appeal, because chances are, if and that has been the case, we've seen it, if people are in the country for longer periods of time, they tend to develop ties to the country, pregnant wives and stuff like that, and they're less likely to leave in the event their asylum case is rejected. And under the tenure of Helen McEntee, I think she deported about 6 people, although thousands had their cases declined. About 6 were deported. But Jim O'Callaghan has been deporting a lot more, not a huge lot more, but a lot of them are expected to leave of their own accord, but of course they don't. So that's his topic. That's a big political story, I suppose. And Jim O'Callaghan coming out defending, and selling this bill, which is being voted upon in our Parliament as we speak, I suppose, around about this time. So that's the big political story this Wednesday. We're live, friends, here on Global Irish Radio, studio at GIR.ie if you ever feel the need to get in touch with us here. Let us see where we're going next. Let's get another tune going here for you. And we have this one from Diarmuid O'Leary and the Bards. And this one's called Whiskey in the Jar. You'll have heard it before.
As I was going over the Cork and Kerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and I then produced me rapier. Said stand and deliver for you army bold deceiver. With me ring da doo da da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. He counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women for them never can be easy. With me ring da doo da da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny drew me charges and she filled them up with water. And she sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. With me ring da doo da da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now 'twas early in the morning before I rose to travel. Up came a band of footmen and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, first she stole away me rapier. I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. With me ring da doo da da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now some take delight in the fishing and the bowling, and others take delight in the carriage wheels a-rolling. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty women in the morning bright and early. With me ring da doo da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. With me ring da doo da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Whack for the diddle-o, whack for the diddle-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Whack for the diddle-o, whack for the diddle-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Whack for the diddle-o, whack for the diddle-o, whiskey in the jar. Whack for the diddle-o, whack for the diddle-o, whiskey in the jar.
Global Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
County Mayo, on Ireland's rugged Atlantic West and along the Wild Atlantic Way, is a destination rich in beauty, history and welcome. From the sacred heights of Croagh Patrick, climbed by pilgrims since the time of St. Patrick, to the dramatic cliffs and beaches of Achill Island and the haunting beauty of Clew Bay with its hundreds of islands, the landscape is both wild and inviting. Mayo's deep past is written into the land itself, from the prehistoric Céide fields to the legacy of Gaelic chieftains, the 1798 rebellion and the enduring impact of the Great Famine, reflected in its county town of Castlebar. Today, rich in music, folklore, ancient landmarks and the warmth and resilience of its people, Mayo continues to draw visitors seeking the true spirit of the west of Ireland.
Search for fame and fortune, I have travelled many a mile beyond the blue horizon that keeps calling all the while. I have seen all kinds of grandeur, but I'm longing still, I know, for the little friendly places on the coastline of Mayo. Belmullet and Broadhaven travel, there's one place best of all, to be again in Westport is a wish I oft recall. If that wish cannot be given, may God grant me as I go one last look from heaven's casement on the coastline of Mayo. Belmullet and Broadhaven, Achill Island o'er the way, Croagh Patrick's holy mountain by the waters of the bay, Clare Island, home of Granuaile, old Newport well I know. Oh, the friendly little places on the coastline of Mayo. Oh, the friendly little places on the coastline of Mayo.
Yes, the musical soundings of Celtic Thunder, Local Hero, bringing us ever closer to our finishing line this Wednesday. Before that, the coastline of Mayo and Frank McCaffrey and our spotlight on a county. This week it's County Mayo. You've been listening to Daily Crack with me, Sean G, here with you most days around about 3 o'clock, bringing you up to speed on all that's happening here in Mother Ireland. Another story for you, Enoch Burke is to be released from Mountjoy Prison. A High Court judge has ordered. Mr. Burke has been in jail since November for breaches of a court order directing him to not to trespass at Wilson's Hospital School in County Westmeath, where he worked as a teacher. And in a hearing this morning, Mr. Justice Brian Cregan said Mr. Burke had raised substantive and credible issues against the disciplinary appeals panel. The judge said he was directing that Mr. Burke be released from prison for one reason, and one reason only: interest in the administration of justice, said the judge. And so that he has time to prepare for his case against the DAP. So Enoch Burke, a free man once again. For how long? It remains to be seen. He served about 550 days in prison collectively, but there you go. Now, coming up after this broadcast, we are going to Auckland, New Zealand for our weekly instalment of the Oliver Lee programme, Ireland Calling. So stay tuned. Coming up at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock, Oliver Lee from Auckland, New Zealand, and all the latest happenings from New Zealand, and also Oliver's perspective on all that's happening in Ireland and in his world. So Ireland Calling at 4 o'clock. Coming up later on tonight, it is Wednesday night, so the Sounds Irish programme at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8, with David Marks, a nice selection of country and Irish and trad. And at 8 o'clock, Big Tom, back in the hot seat, live from Chicago with Tom's Irish radio show. Tom at GIR.ie if you want to get your requests and dedications into Tom for tonight. And then at 9 o'clock, another chance to catch this programme, The Daily Crack, and you can catch it anytime at thedailycrack.com. If you're looking for good podcasts, irishpodcast.com is your gateway to a world of podcast listening and a top 10 countdown of all the most listened to podcasts here in Ireland. And podcasts for every taste, so check that one out as well. Thanks as always to Margaret helping out here in the background, and thanks to you for listening since 3 this afternoon. Stay tuned to Global Irish Radio all afternoon for some great music, and you can request a song at globalir.com and the Request a Song portal. Let us turn to our quote of the day today, and today it comes from a guy by the name of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Now that's a name now, isn't it? Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. But the good news is he may have been called Longfellow, but his quote is short. And much like all of the best ones, they're short. We still talk about quotes, yes. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow said, "Into each life some rain must fall." Make well of that what you will, my friends. Into each life some rain must fall. Well, we hope the rain falling in your life is light and clears away real soon, and the sun shines once again. Thank you for your company since 3 this afternoon. We're going to leave you with a song that, as I said last week, always reminds me of DJ Tom in the wonderful windy city of Chicago. Tom is back live tonight, 8 o'clock, with all of your requests and dedications. Great music as well. Great soundtrack to your Wednesday night here on Global Irish Radio. Thanks for your company. Mind yourselves. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 3. Stay tuned for Oliver. And here's Mick Flavin, Ladies Man, taking us home this Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
I like the girls and the girls like me. I can make them swoon, oh yes I can. Don't know what it is about me they love, but what it is I got plenty of. Make way for me, I'm a loving ladies man. I'm a ladies man and that's no crime. I like them round me all the time. I've got a line of talk they understand. Now you may like a football game, but as for me that's much too tame. I get my thrills just being a ladies man. I was 3, the women used to bounce me on their knee. They'd all say when he grows up, watch out. When the girls to see those big blue eyes, they'll hang about like a bunch of flies. Those women knew what they were talking about. I'm a ladies man and I get the breaks. I guess I got everything it takes. When it comes to love and they like my brand. Oh, the girls who won't leave me alone, disconnect my phone. That's how it is when you're a ladies man. I'm a ladies man, oh yes sirree. I love the girls and the girls love me. When it comes to dates, I'm in demand. Oh, I like them short and I like them tall, and as a matter of fact, I love them all. Make way for me, I'm a loving ladies man. Well, I like them short and I like them tall, and as a matter of fact, I love them all. Make way for me, I'm a loving ladies man.
And around the world. You're listening to GlobalIrishRadio.com.